Okay, what unusual talent do you have?
Ooh, that's a good one. I can sing. Unusual.
That's not
What's unusual?
like something that's like not conventional, I guess. But doesn't have to be. But don't overthink it. Is there something maybe that you paint?
Is that unusual?
Do people know that about you?
I guess.
Unusual, isn't it? Like what you wouldn't really.
It's very rare.
Yeah, like it's rare.
Yeah, I think my unusual talent is painting. What's yours?
Okay, it's not really unusual, but I'm really like good at impersonations, like voice and
That's
stuff.
cool. I promise you. Can you do Jamaican?
Don't put me on the spot, child. But
she said she can be. We
I'll
want
do it
her
off
to
camera.
Oh, I have one. I found one. My unusual talent is that I can talk really, really well.
Yes, sir.
I can shake my ass.
Period. I like that one. Oh, what's your guilty pleasure? Okay, my guilty pleasure. It's watching this like one YouTuber. I don't want to promote his name. So it's like, yeah, he's a bit of a bully and stuff, but he's funny also, so that's why. And it's goss. I've said enough, but yeah. If it's food, it's like chicken. Oh my gosh. I love chicken.
My guilty pleasure is food. It's KFC dunked wings.
For me, it's the Zinger wings.
I like the dunked. Dunk it, please. I want it saucy.
Nah, like it's chicken.
It's so bad. It got so bad to the point where I literally had to like stop myself. I was like, I can't be like ordering dunked wings every week. Like
every week,
no
girl.
way.
When I'm obsessed about something, I can have it every day.
Every day, I know. Every week is a lot.
No, it's a lot.
I mean, I don't get, also. Yeah, and I don't get 4. I get 10.
Was like it?
I can finish 10 dunked wings.
Me too.
Do you know what happens? Like I will get dunked wings with my friend. And then he doesn't like dunked wings, and I will end up eating like a few, and then I'll just like leave some for later. Come back later, gone.
He eats it.
I get so pissed.
Also, he doesn't like dunked. Does he like the zinger?
Ones,
yeah, I also like the zinger with tomato sauce. Trust me, Zeddy.
What?
Trust me, Zeddy. That's a combo.
With tomato sauce?
The tomato sauce from KFC.
I'm gonna choose this one. Do you like getting flowers?
Yeah, I do. From friends, from boyfriends. I do.
Do you get your own flowers?
No, because my boyfriend always buys me flowers. No.
I get my own flowers most of the time.
I think if the situation for me was different, I'd probably get my own flowers. Yeah.
But that's so sweet of him.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah, I'm definitely like setting a standard for myself with like the flowers thing, because it's like
it's like a small gesture, but it's so cute and it's so thoughtful.
It is very thoughtful. That's what I like about it. It's not even like, oh, it's deeper than that. Like, even if it's like a sweet or I just like
a chocolate, anything. Take notes, brothers.
It makes me feel good, and just knowing that you think about me throughout your day.
So you like,
even if it's just sending me a selfie, or like you just like, oh, I saw this. I got myself a cool drink, so I got you also. Or I got myself a chocolate and I got you one as well. Like that. It's like just knowing that you think of me throughout your day.
It's too cute.
So if you go to the shop and you're like, oh, I see white flowers, because I know Lauren likes that. So you value thoughtfulness. Yeah.
I do too, I won't lie.
It's not so much about the thing.
I feel like my food's gonna smell like
me and Snooki. Yeah, it's not so much about the material thing. I mean, I'm not gonna expect something
too.
I was gonna say no, but I'm not gonna expect something from someone that I can't give myself.
Yeah.
You know, but like material things are nice, but like I prefer like thoughtfulness and over.
For me, like, no matter how big or small it is, the fact that like you were just thoughtful in that moment, I think that's what I value.
And you know what I like things as well. So even if it's just like a little small ornament that you got me, like I just like things. Like
I like experiences.
What is doing that? Sorry,
I think it's the door. I'm so full.
It's giving food coma.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh, have you ever fallen for a friend?
No,
Not ever.
no. No, I think no. All the people I've dated, they weren't my friends.
They weren't your friends.
Yeah. They weren't my friends.
I have.
And?
But it started off as me liking him. It was a long time ago. It was at school.
Yeah, that's fine.
It started off as me liking him, but he didn't know.
Were you guys in the same friend group?
Same school, same church and all of that stuff. So we saw each other often. So then eventually friends knew friends, and then we started hanging out together because we lived in the same area as well. So then because we went to school together and all of that, we saw each other a lot, so we naturally just became friends. But I liked him like then and there. I remember one day I saw him in church, and then I was like,
Jesus,
man, he's fine.
You're like, Jesus,
he's fine.
Show me a sign.
Ooh. And then I changed schools, and then it turns out, he goes to my school as well.
The new school?
The new school, yeah.
That was God giving you the signs.
Yeah, I didn't take it though. He died. Yeah, he passed away. He was the love of my life. Nobody really actually knows that. Nobody knows that really. It's just like my close friends, like, it was hectic. Yeah.
But by the time he passed away, were you guys like talking?
By the time he passed away, like we were like 5 years into like our friendship. Like we never really acted on anything. We were all just friends. Like he was my friend.
That's sad because like it's like death is sad, but like when a young person dies, dude.
No. So when did he pass away? I think he passed away 4 years ago. Could be 4 years ago.
It's still like oh, sorry. Death is sad for everyone, and I think we all have different relationships with death. But I think when it's a young person, it just feels like it stings more because like we think we have a lot ahead of us. So it's just always sad, man. Sorry.
Yeah, you always think, okay, because we're so young, we're gonna live forever. Until life happens.
But the thing is, I feel like we're constantly reminded, and then we get into that cycle of like that week when someone passes away, or maybe like reminds us of like how short life is. Because I see life as short and long. Life is short and long. Like obviously depending on situations, but we just always make that mistake, and we always think that like, oh, I'm taking this for granted, like me coming here or me being here. It's like we take that for granted, and we always snap back into living like humans and getting back into our routines also. So I think I don't know what's bigger than death that can remind us that life is short, honestly.
Especially when it's a young person. Like this week, Costa Teach passed away.
That was so sad.
And he wasn't a close friend of mine. I've met him, we've hung out before, but he was a close friend of my friends. So all of them are mourning now, and it's like it's the heaviest thing ever, because just to know that like your friend is hurting because of
what's happening,
because of what's happening, you know. No matter where you go in this world, there's always gonna be
something bad. Told you back.
You can't run away from one place. I don't run away. That's why it's never a good thing to run away from your problems, because it's just gonna keep following you. Don't put yourself in that position. Deal with your issues. Fight with yourself if you have to. Like if you don't like the environment that you're in, you can take yourself out of it, but like it's pointless you taking yourself out of it, moving somewhere, or walking five steps to the next environment, and then you just build that same environment again.
That's true.
It's
and sometimes
pointless.
like
work on your shit.
The same things that happen like all the time consecutively in your life, it's because you're making the same mistake, you're approaching things the same way, whereas like you keep making the same mistake, there's a sign in every, like there's a pattern, but we're creatures of habit, so it's easier said than done. I feel.
True. It's very hard to fight habits.
It's hard, and like as cliche as it sounds, the only consistent thing in life is change, but we don't like change. We don't like as humans, like we don't like change.
If you think of animals and the way that they live, like they adapt to the environment. Like they're always gonna look for the same environment, but they're gonna adapt as they
create their own thing.
Create their space, their safe space within that new environment. But us, we just want to keep things the same all the time. And it's not even like by environment I don't mean like physical like places that people are building, like innovation, that I don't mean that. Environment, like it's like your whole body in itself is one environment, like it's a working thing, right?
Ecosystem going
exactly. The ecosystem thing, it's a working ecosystem, like that's an environment in itself. It builds, it regenerates, it creates new things. And like with phases in our life, like that's the change that we need to, and our bodies and our minds and even our hearts sometimes, like we need to adapt to that change, like the phases in our lives. Like sometimes I find myself like looking for the same things that I was looking for a year ago.
It'd be like
I'm
that.
just like, girl, you have outgrown that. Why are we looking for this? Like, we don't need this anymore. We are above it now.
Or you find yourself doing the same shit that you were trying to so badly just like come out of and stuff. So,
and that's why like self-awareness is always like good.
Big.
It's very big. You need to.
I need that for all my sisters and brothers.
Please get to know yourself.
Look, you can be aware and not act on it, but I feel like you need to be aware. Like it starts with being aware, because from that then you try to change your behavior, but it's difficult to change the behavior. So that's why I'm saying first step is to be aware.
When you are aware of a dangerous environment or a dangerous place in Cape Town, you're not going to go close to that.
Yeah. And even if you do, you're willingly going there, but you know what the outcome could be.
Exactly. You know? So you can't act surprised
like
when it comes and it bites you in the ass.
Exactly.
And that's how I feel like we need to, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Fuck.
Can we swear on YouTube?
I mean, I've been swearing. What's the word I'm looking for now?
What are you trying to explain, friend?
We have to move with life like that. That's
like adapt.
No, man, in the awareness thing. Like, if you know that you have certain triggers, for example, right? It is okay to remove yourself or not go close to what triggers you. It's okay.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
Okay.
And if you can't do that, being aware and knowing how to manage your triggers for yourself is even 10 times better, because then you'll be able to put yourself in any environment, and that environment is not going to impact you or hurt you or take you back to that place. Like, I'm learning that now in relationships. Like, certain things trigger me, right? And in that moment, because I know that this is the type of person that I am, like I am a defensive person, I'm aware of it. So when something happens and I feel like I need to defend myself, I ask myself, like, do you think like you defending yourself in this moment is gonna benefit you or not? And if I feel like it won't, then I'll wait it out. And I won't say anything, I won't do anything, and then I'll come back to it again. Because defense doesn't always have to be a negative or like a fight.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be like that.
It's so tricky, Lauren, because
it's hard.
It's hard to not be defensive sometimes when you feel like how you're recepting whatever the person is saying doesn't feel like an attack to you, or it feels like you're not being heard. I think that it's so hard because sometimes people say things to us and all you want to just get through is like, oh, but I see it like this, or that's not how I meant it, this is how I see it, or that, you know. So it's hard.
I'm witnessing this on TikTok. There's this feud going on with these two influencers
on TikTok,
content creators, and I know the one girl, and I know
like local girls.
Yes, two local girls, and I personally
say the name so you cut it out. Yes, I know that.
So
I don't know her, but
now they're going through it on TikTok, but like I kind of saw glimpses of everything from the beginning till now.
Why?
You know what it started with? Someone else's business. That's why stay out of people's business.
But how?
So this one girl, from what I understand, from what the glimpses I saw, I don't like that band.
You can't help it, friend. And it's the one.
Anyway, so from what I saw, this one girl posted something about Pep Home, right? And that she's been doing Pep Home hauls for everyone. Not for... For TikTok.
For TikTok.
So she's been doing Pep Home hauls, and like Pep Home only like sent her a gift card of 500 rand, and she wasn't like happy with that.
No, they're so disrespectful.
So like that was her that was her point. So she was like, in a video, she was just venting, man. She was just saying like she has had over like 1 million views on all of her hauls that she did for Pep, and for them to send her a 500 rand gift card was like disrespectful. Like, and then they went on to say like all the other creators, obviously everyone had their opinion now about this, and then the one creator was like, they don't have to send you anything, like they didn't ask you to do it, you don't have a deal,
also valid,
you don't have a deal with this brand and blah blah blah. So then the other creator went on and also like gave her 2 cents about it. Somewhere there in between the bloodlines, they now started to have opposing opinions about something in that whole thing, and now there's a feud between the two of them
from commenting on someone's picture. I mean, on video.
So that girl is living her best life now, and she doesn't give a fuck about you. She's on the way to Pep with that 500 gift card.
Maybe they just never liked each other, and
that's
now
the thing. Like they
bursting.
have prior beef, and now it's again. But like my thing is like with that, the whole protecting your peace and just not responding, man. Like you don't have to. I understand that sometimes we want to defend ourselves, but there's a difference between being defensive and protecting yourself.
I hear you.
Like
I want to play devil's advocate a bit.
I know that defending yourself is part of protecting you, but like if someone has a gun, are you gonna go to them with a knife and fight with them? It's not the most logical thing to do unless you have a gun as well. Then okay, like you can't take a knife to a gunfight. It's as simple as that. Like no, choose your battles.
But like,
choose what you want to fight for.
I feel like if you're in that space, like if you're in content creation and like you're making a living off that, and like you have communities built online, there's so much bullying that creators go through, dude. Like sometimes I'm like, how can people say this to people? Like creators go through so much bullying. I don't care who you are. You're Beyonce and people still want to tear you down. Do you get me? So I think a lot of it is also just like, I'm so tired of people of people doing this, and like
people
maybe and maybe they have that like expectation that from creator to another creator, like how tough it is for us already. Now we're trying to tear each other down. Dude, apparently water with rosemary helps with your tummy.
Is it?
My aunt was drinking it. Would you get plastic surgery?
Yes, I would.
I also think so.
I would get but after I have like my kids and
Same.
So I would probably get like a tummy tuck and my boobs lifted. I wouldn't get any like implants or anything in my body.
Same. I wouldn't change anything, but I think after having kids, I'd maybe like do something with my boobs, and depending on how my bottom area looks, then I'll probably do something there.
And then also like I would possibly get fillers because I'm gonna be a public figure.
Period. Speak it into existence,
She's that
sweetie.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be a public figure, so I would want
Like
to
lip
get,
fillers?
like, no, like in my
Ah.
under eyes, like just fillers in my
Botox?
face. Not Botox. I don't know if fillers and Botox is different.
I think it is.
Because I hear people saying fillers now, they don't say Botox anymore, so I don't know.
I don't know.
I must do my research.
I don't know if I'd do anything on my face.
On your face.
Maybe I'd just go for like regular facials.
Yeah.
Like more regular facials.
Do you go for facials now?
Like every once in a while when I
Yeah.
go into like the spa.
Do you like it?
I don't mind. I don't mind.
I have went for like massages and stuff before,
don't like
and I
it?
just always have a bad experience for some reason. So like, I
Dude.
don't really go.
We used to go a lot, ne? My boyfriend and I used to go a lot, and we were going to the same place because we're getting it from Wiki Deals.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like when we started, the massages were here.
Yeah.
The more we went, it was just like,
Ugh. Please tell me, wait, where did you go? Where did you go?
are we giving free promo? Please look at what happened to my boyfriend's friend's car. Like they parked.
They stole
his
his
in
wheels.
Joburg.
I had to tell him there. It's harder in Joburg.
I saw a hijacking live, like broad daylight. Like the sun is out, Lauren.
In Joburg.
In Joburg.
Yo.
I saw like the sun was out. It was like at a shopping center, and a lot of their shopping centers are like those open plan ones where you walk around. It's not a mall.
Oh yes.
To get this, I'm trying like this checker. No?
Like the one at the Checkers.
Yeah, ish.
Or the one we went to by the crazy store vibes.
More like that.
Yeah.
More like that, yeah. So we were coming out of the Woolies, and then I just heard a lady screaming, and I heard like tires screeching. 1 minute, gone. I couldn't believe my eyes. Like, nah, I never feel safe in Joburg.
That's crazy.
Ever.
I haven't been to Joburg.
I feel
yet.
safe in Cape Town. I don't know.
Compared to Joburg.
Like CBD. Let me not say
yeah.
like certain parts of Cape Town. Like CBD. You can walk in Cape Town.
Yeah.
You can't walk in CBD Joburg.
You can't.
Are you crazy? Are you crazy? No, baby. You can't do that. Even Uber drivers, like, I know we have a problem of like there's a pandemic of Uber drivers, but I feel safe in Cape Town. And I know we have like more murder rates in Cape Town.
That's crazy because I'm planning to go to Joburg alone. Like,
are you serious?
Yeah.
When?
I've never been to Joburg, so I want to go to Joburg. Like, and there's a lot of networks that I can make, because I was chatting to this one guy. We were just hanging out, and he was like, how come you've never been in Joburg? Like, he told me I need to go to Joburg because
I've been saying also
I need to build networks there. Like, it's so quick to build networks, especially for creatives, especially for businesses. Like, people are on the move there, man.
Literally.
Like, obviously.
And once you find your community in Joburg, I feel like it's supported. Whereas, like, in Cape Town, it's hard, bro.
It's very hard to get a supportive group of people behind you. Like, even
I feel like in Cape Town, no one wants to share, like...
No one wants to share, and no one wants to work. No one wants to share, nobody wants to work.
Nobody want to share that information.
It's either like your work ethic is bad, or you're just not committed. Like, I always have that fear whenever I'm doing creative work and bringing people together. Like, my biggest fear is this person going to show up for me? Because, like, I've had flakers all of the time, or people that just didn't pull their weight, or, you know. But then again, on the other side, I've had times where people showed up, you know. You know, so, like, I don't know, but my experiences with a lot of people in Cape Town is just like, you know. And also, like,
do better.
Nobody wants to. It's either you're gonna collab or you're gonna make money, but you can't make money if you've never built anything yet, like, or at least have a strong foundation. So I feel like people here, they want money without any like work behind their name.
I feel like a lot of people want instant gratification, and look, feels amazing for things to go your way whenever you want them to, but the reality of life is that shit don't happen. That shit don't happen. A lot of, like, I mean, there's 1% of people who are lucky and things, but even then, like, they've been grinding before.
It's either they've been grinding or they had the money to begin with.
You know, there's like a 1% where, like, things go their way. But like vast majority of us, you need to put in that work, girl.
Yeah.
Like a lot of us just need to put in that work, be patient, not give up on things that we believe in. But people want now, like they want the result now, and I get it because we're living in times like that.
I know, yeah. I think social media is like my biggest enemy right now because
Yeah,
I struggle to not
be patient.
yeah, because I compare. Whenever I'm online, I compare.
Are
I'm
you
like,
serious?
like last night even, and I stay at home. I don't go out because I can't. I don't go out because I don't want to. Like I just don't, like everything is just about partying here in Cape Town, in my opinion. And you know, I love building real connections. So I appreciate it when people reach out to me for different things, like, hey, do you want to hang out, do you want to meet for coffee, do you want to do this, instead of being like, I'm throwing a party, or I'm doing this, or I'm doing that, like, I'm going to be at this jaw tonight, so do you want to come? No, like, I don't care about that. So like, but I still, like, last night, for example, I was at home, I wasn't doing anything, and I was just chilling. I'm fine. But then I go on social media and everyone's at the jaw and everyone's living their best life, and I can't help but have that kind of FOMO. Or like for example, was it last weekend, or like even during the week, I'll see people out for supper, for fancy dinners and stuff like that, and I'm just like, and then I start being like, why can't I like go out for dinner with my friends like this, you know? And that comparison is the thief of joy, because now you're in that cycle of comparison the whole time. Like one thought can ruin your whole day.
I feel like if you're gonna compare, I know it's hard to not compare because we're living in times where people are literally highlighting all their successes and all their wins, and it can feel like, damn, life, like, when is it my turn to win and stuff? We all have our seasons, and like, also you just need to remember that no one's life is the same. Like mine and your life will never be the same. Same goes for the next person. So like, to compare something that will never be in your path also, it's also kind of like being unfair to yourself, because so much good happens for you also.
Exactly.
Do you get? And maybe someone else is looking at you and saying, damn, I wish I had this, or whatever it is. So it's hard to get out of that, but like, just to practice gratitude so that you're happy with you and what you have, and no matter how shit it is, you know that I've also had good times in my life as much as I've had bad times, like the next person. It'll never be the same. Even our bad times will never be the same. My bad times and your bad times may be like, maybe you feel like, damn, you're crying over nothing, girl, you know. But to me it's everything. So
and sometimes I felt like that, like with my friends, you know, the stuff that people complain about, to me it sounds so small in comparison to what I would maybe complain about, and then I would get so annoyed and be like, bro, like, do you know what you have? Like, why are you not grateful? But then at the same time, like, it doesn't mean just because I feel like your problem is smaller than mine that, you know,
mine doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. And then on top of that, it's like, you are allowed to feel the way that you feel about, you know, the way that your life is unfolding. Just don't get stuck in it, like, and we should be there to support each other, instead of being like, bro, like, please stop complaining, or this or that. Like, let's support each other more than just to be like pushy and push our beliefs on that person,
on the next person.
Like, I had something happen this week. Actually, I was working with a close friend of mine, and I was aware that she was dealing with something. I don't want to speak on it because it's not my story to tell, but I was aware that she was dealing with something, and it kind of like projected into the work that we would do. But I knew about it because she talks to me as a friend. But work for me is something totally different. Like, I can easily take my emotion out of it because I've worked on doing that, you know. So I make
work.
Yes.
Okay.
Or while I'm working, like not my 9 to 5, but like, we were doing a creative project, man. And to me that's work. To me this is work. It's like fun work. So like, it was kind of like projecting into like the project that we were doing, and I just couldn't help but get annoyed at it, and it was affecting our friendship at this point, because I was a friend, I felt comfortable enough to go to and be like, yo, you need to stop doing this, blah blah blah. knowing damn well that I know that she's dealing with something, I could have been more compassionate about it. I could have done it in a different way, but in that moment I was just like over it. I was just like, yo, like I'm so protective over my shit that I'm not gonna like take you into consideration. And then we spoke it out, and like I realized that the only thing that I need to be to this woman right now is a friend. Like,
And
even if I'm annoyed at it, like I need to remind her that I'm here to like support her, and like if she needs something, like let me know, and like to help her grow, like, you know, instead of like pushing the other person down and telling them that what they're doing are wrong, maybe give them something, give them a tool, give your friends tools. Like if you learn something, teach that to the next person, you know. And it was something that I would go through. Like we all have negative self-talk, you know,
self-pity.
And sometimes we talk about it too much, and I believe that whatever you say out loud, you manifest. So now we will notice that I'm only saying things that, for example, like early on when I was like, I'm gonna be a public figure, like I'm speaking as if I'm like already that person or that woman, because I'm that delusional, number one.
Living delusion. I'm a big fan of that.
And number two, like I'm living in my future because like I'm showing up as my future self. You know what I mean? I gave her this tool and I said, okay, this week, try not to, you can think about it, but try not to say it out loud. Be aware, you know, and be intentional about that. Whenever you're thinking about, oh, this is, I don't like this, I don't like that, you know that you're thinking about it, but be intentional about what you are saying out and speaking out into the open. And then I told her to swap that negative thought with a positive one instead. So like, give your friends tools to work with, guys. If you learn something, it might not work for them, but what if it does work for them? Because not everyone goes through things or overcomes things the same way. But like, that's something that I changed, and it helped me. If it helped me, it might help someone else.
I also know that like you can trick your brain into like thinking everything's hunky-dory in your life and everything's amazing.
Delusion.
So like you can tell your brain, like for instance, you know how we'll complain, oh, I have to go to work, I'm so tired, like I don't feel like going in. Like change that into, I get to go to work. It's easier said than done, look, okay? But like when you just change how you approaching that whole situation, I feel like even for you mentally, it takes you out of that like survival mode space where you feel like, damn, I'm always fighting for my life type of thing. So
I spoke about this in one of my old videos. It's called thought switching. It is very difficult. It's very difficult, especially because it's a habit, you know, and you need to break the habit before you can actually like get into the habit of something else. So it's good to just be conscious about it. Like this is why I made this channel, to remind people about things. Like it's not more so me teaching you something, it's more of a reminder that hey, you can try this. Like,
and also learn, like regardless of the reach, like whether it's reaching one person, whether it's reaching two people, that good like reach, like that, the fact that it's reaching two people and that's coming back to you, that means you're doing a good job, dude. Like just because it's not reaching thousands or 10,000s of people yet, it doesn't mean that the message is any less important. You know. So that's also cool.
I think about it like this. So I think my last video got 50 views. The last one I posted, I don't know what it's on now. Do you mind closing that door? The cars are loud. The last video that I got 50 views, and I was just thinking to myself, like, I mean, someone's immediate reaction after working as hard as I did would be like, your 50 views, that's a little compared to other people. You see comparison. Then I was thinking to myself, like, that thought switching thing. And I was like, what if 50 people all came into one room to come watch you talk?
Deadass. Because 50 people is not child's play.
What if? what if you think about it like that?
Even if it was 10 people in the room, I'm still nervous.
Exactly. So think about it like that. That 50 people in one room, and they all coming to watch and support you and watch your content.
That's actually such a nice way to think of it.
Yeah, like
every time you put work out there,
Even if
Like,
it's 10 views.
even if it's 1,000, you like, can you actually shoot a reel in front of 1,000 people
Exactly.
right now? No, I hear you. That's so cool.
And regardless if 5 people, 20, 100, 1,000 people watch your stuff, you were still brave enough to put it out there. So
Yeah.
pat yourself on the back.
Yeah, that's important because I think people get consumed in, oh my gosh, like I'm not good enough, or what are people gonna say? Because I mean, we live in an opinion-based world right now. So I always just say to myself, like when I put out work there, even if I know it's like I'm not using the best camera or I don't have like the latest whatever. Like, dude, the people that talk a lot are usually the ones that don't even have the confidence to stand in front of a camera and do something.
Oof.
Like, until you do something, then cool, then we can have like a conversation or opposing opinions about things. But if you've never tried to put yourself out there, but all you're gonna do is just put someone else down, to me, I don't respect that. I don't respect that.
Don't
so.
step to me.